the stars were blue like they are right now, that means that the five uncles were alive in war. But if one of them had turned gold, then that means one of them had died. And every day, Joan would go to her grandfather's house to make sure that those stars didn't turn gold.
Oh, so this is the hood that I made based on the feedback, because I was in charge of like incorporating the feedback into our process. So yeah, that's the first base.
Yeah, so this is, then we added the layer on top. This was our final sketch. More progress images. This is Sebastian wearing it. Yeah, so, and then this is us presenting it to Joan the other day when she came, and just showing her what we'd worked on.
Any feedback, questions, comments?
Maybe we'll start with Ms. Ray.
Yeah, what was Joan's reaction to your project? What was that experience like?
So it was really cool. Like before she'd even talked to us, she just saw the flag that she told us about and started crying, which was pretty meaningful just to see that what we'd made impacted her. And so yeah, so then she came over and we talked to her a little bit.
Well, so you guys did a really nice job of incorporating feedback, and Haruki, you mentioned that you were kind of in charge of that part of the process. So what made what was the conversation like that had you take the turn from the letters and including the sort of that visual of those letters? What happened there?
Well, we wanted to incorporate sort of all of our ideas into our final prototype. So like Haruki did, he did the hood. So that was sort of representing the light at the end of the tunnel. And the reason why we took the letters off, do you remember?
The letter snippet, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We had gotten feedback that the letters were kind of extra and they didn't really have a meaning. So when we went back to interview her, without even asking, she kind of just slipped in this thing about the service flag. And when we got back, we were kind of decided that since we weren't going to do the letters, that was a pretty important thing. And it turned out being pretty successful.
Meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other feedback from the room? Awesome. Nice job, guys. Peps.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right.
Do you know where? Mr. Luke. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, there's a bunch right in there. See in those? They're all labeled.
If that makes sense. Log out. I know.
There should be a clicker. That's clicker. That's that. You ready, Ms. Menifee?
I am ready.
5 minutes.
Alright, okay, I'm gonna sit here.
Use the mic.
Okay, so as you can see, our topic is depression and speaking out, finding hope in the darkness. This is the person we interviewed. Her name is Beth, and this is like one of our image during the interview. Yeah, their thesis.
By taking Beth's experience and great memories of her working in human services and the impact on the world she's had today, we believe that working in human services was the most important thing that she talked about to us. So we focused on that more. And her motto in her life is hope. So we decided to focus on sight and touch during our project. So this is our artist statement. It's basically just saying how we got our inspiration on doing our final project, and just a little overview of her life. So this is our evocative image. So Beth was depressed at age 32. Her dad was also depressed. So she talked about how she wanted to focus on, and she got a lot of inspiration talking in human services. She worked in Boston Medical and spoke in homeless shelters about how depression is something not to be held in. It's supposed to be something to be spoken out of and let out. This is also another precedent that we have. Miss Fogarty, who worked here a while ago, actually made this, and Miss Hodnott actually gave us a little feedback and showed us this picture. It's a milk jug sculpture, and that's how we got our idea of actually making a milk jug sculpture.
All right, so basically, this is the image I found online that I think this very well represent one of our prototype that we created with as you can see here. Beth told us that after 9/11, as you can see, this is the Twin Tower, she felt like the world is unsafe anymore, and as you can, sure, I'm gonna go back. As you can see, it's kind of divide, same as this, as image how after 9/11 the whole thing is just different, and maybe I don't know if you guys can see it, but on this thing there's golf court, which is one of Beth's main sport when she's young, and actually she still plays it. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so this is one.